Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth.
And danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings.
Sunward I've climbed, and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds.
And done 100 things you have not dreamed of.
These are the voyages of the starship Erebus. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, so I literally, as I clicked engage, I remembered that I forgot to update the intro to that we only have one guest star this week. But you know what? We might even say he's the best guest star this week, so that's good. It's wonderful. But welcome everyone to our next episode of Star Trek Erebus, a Star Trek Adventures actual play run by myself and a assortment of people. We have our core cast, 4 of them which are here today, the 2 from last episode. Very glad to have Shmandy and C4A back. You 2 are beautiful people. And Brian, thank you again for joining us for another episode of Star Trek Adventures. Tonight we do have Matthew out and about because he hates fantasy. There it is. That's what it is. And that's a strong foreshadow that this is going to be a holodeck episode wrapped around some fantasy. It is entitled Dungeons and Space Dragons, because I am unoriginal and not that creative. But with that being said, let's go around the table, have everyone introduce themselves, tell us who they are playing, who their character is playing, which I've given you all names and told. So just if you remember, and if you don't, they are in the chat. I'm saving you on that. And let's start with our guest star this week. Let's start with Brian. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. No, just who's your character? Go for it.
I am Brian. I'm at MindOverBrian on Twitter and on Twitch. And I am playing Alistair the Wizard this week.
Aaron.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
You cheeky bastard.
Oh, hey guys. I'm Aaron. I'm playing Captain Truth, who is playing what's his name? I'm playing Kranatha, the Druid Ranger multi-class build, but the captain may or may not understand the concept of a role-playing game.
Wonderful. Drew Baca.
I am Drew. I'm playing Lieutenant Commander Flitz, the android chief engineer of the ship, and I will be playing Amalia, the paladin, dwarven paladin.
I like it. Shmamalama ding dong. Mandy.
I am Shmandy. I am playing Lieutenant Phelan, the Klingon security officer, who is in turn playing Glugna the Barbarian.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, C4A.
I am C4A, and I am playing Dr. Lisbeth Stern, the CMO, and she is in this game the half-elf cleric Lalana, I believe is her name.
Correct. Yes. A cleric of Arastilia is the name of the god. Arastilia, the god of nature, as it were. Yes, the god of nature and healing and hearth and home and family. And some might even say love. But we'll see what happens with that. All right. So with that being said, I am Dare Wolf, the game master. I will be playing everyone else, as I often do. So I have a brush that I'm using as a microphone for some reason. So it's like, well, Sunday. I'm gonna stop that.
He says while talking into a microphone.
Yeah, literally, like I have an actual microphone right here that I don't understand. I'm nervous. I need to do something with my hands. There it is. It's fine. Props are very important. Yes. And the extra patronon. All right. Anyway, so yes. But as is tradition, we're going to have an opening log. But before we start, I would like to begin with just a brief description of the scene. So as the camera comes up, We see the Erebus at warp. We see once again the stars flitting by, these kind of streaks of light as it moves, traveling quickly through space from one destination to another. And we zoom in, we go through the bridge where we see a smattering of secondary officers moving about, of panels flashing. We go in deeper, we phase through some walls, we see tubing, we see wiring, and then we come to a large sliding door. It says holodeck 2. And as the camera pans up, it pans up to the computer screen, and it says currently running program Dungeons and Dragons, the Trials of Solar. All right, is what it says, the Trials of Solar. And as we see that, we see the screen kind of flicker a little bit, and then it flickers. A symbol comes up on the screen that looks like a lantern, a black lantern with blue flames coming out of it, and then it flickers again, and it just says it's running the program again. So probably nothing, but I'd like to start with C4A, Lieutenant Commander Stern's opening log, as we kind of hover in front of that, and then we pan in through, as you give your log, we're going to pan in, face through that door, where you will see a beautiful forested landscape, rolling hills, mountains with snow-topped peaks, quiet little quaint villages, hamlets, and far off in the distance, a large walled city with almost like silver mithril kind of gleaming, glowing walls. But please take it away, C4A.
Chief Medical Officer Stern's report, stardate 486528. Today's are blending together aboard the Erebus. A minor outbreak swept through the crew, causing myself and my team to schedule inoculations for everyone aboard before too many succumbed to the virus. That, of course, required another cycle of inventory. Because I haven't left my medical bay, I seem to have missed a few visitors. I will keep an eye on the crew for any other symptoms of yet another shipwide sickness. Maybe I'll soon even be able to meet up with Ardal again. Do not mistake my attitude for reticence. I enjoy my posting here and the daily obstacles it brings. However, if it were possible to add a few hours to a day, it wouldn't go unappreciated. Finally emerging from my office sometime later, I nearly ran into Commander Ulrich. He was slightly flushed and needed to clear his throat before greeting me. However, when I inquired if he was feeling ill and needed yet another exam, he finally stepped back to an acceptable distance. Apparently, all members of the command staff have been asked to participate in a holodeck session for team building. Was? My incredulity must have shown on my face because he hastened to add that it was a program he had built and that it was fantasy in nature. There were dragons and dungeons to explore. The right side of his face near his eye twitched, and as he added that, I will enjoy myself. Naturally, that twitch became my top priority as that was one of the first symptoms to appear in our recent outbreak. Completely unwilling to go through another round of that, I grabbed his wrist to check his pulse as well as a nearby tricorder to look for other issues. Despite an elevated heartbeat, nothing else seemed out of the ordinary, and the twitch did not reoccur. The commander left soon after to head back to the bridge to monitor a recently discovered black hole. Fortunately, Dr. Hrak waited until after the doors had closed to offer to chase him back down to ensure that his behavior was not a fluke and he was not about to spread a new disease. Immediately declining the considerate offer, I now take my leave of the medical bay to quickly freshen up in my quarters, then join the rest of the command crew at the holodeck. Why it is believed we need to group bond is beyond me. Ship morale has remained in acceptable parameters. Stern out.
Beautiful. You may have 2 hero points, aka momentum, for that. Right now, you may have 2 momentum. You may bank. So as we pan in, we see this beautiful landscape. As we heard that delightful opening log. Thank you for that, C4A. And we see this landscape. And as we pan up and we look over into the distance to this sort of mithril glowing city deep in the distance, what we see is that there are these kind of glowing runes that seem to be emblazoned into the side. And these runes look like a black hooded lantern with 2 slits and these kind of bluish-looking flame is kind of dancing out of the hooded lantern, as though whatever light source or fire source inside has sort of consumed itself and is burning too brightly, too intensely. But as the camera pans back and around, it zips down over this very dense forested area where we see these little birds tweeting and twittering. We see deer frolicking through the woods, and we get down deeper and deeper and deeper, where we come to what looks like a roadside camp. There are a couple of tents that have been pitched. There is a small fire going, which what looks to have a roasting boar of some sort over a large spick. And we see several interesting characters that are residing in this area. And some of them have maybe a staff, a wizard's book. By way of Alistar, you have your wizard staff and cloak and cape and what have you, or whatever you'd like to have. We then pivot over to Aaron. We pivot over to Captain Ishra. You are dressed as, I want you to think classic, atypical AD&D ranger. You know, you've got like the bow, the leather armor,
leather jerkin on,
yeah, leather jerkin,
with the
bingo,
the
yes.
shoulder shawl kind of a deal.
That is correct, absolutely. We see this. It looks like a dwarf, but it's also Lieutenant Commander Flitz. Just you're very short.
Bright silver hair, skin.
Yes, it's very strange. Good. We see. I want to say you still look like a Klingon, but you're dressed in furs. You're a little bit taller and broader shouldered, and you just have the most gargantuanly oversized axe on your back. I'm thinking like anime style. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Like
just like I walked off the set of Berserk.
Correct. Yes, exactly. And then we see Lieutenant Commander Stern. You are dressed in chainmail. You have a little helmet on. There is a holy symbol, like overly like large and pronounced holy symbol that dangles kind of at your solar plexus. That is of a giant stag. You got your bling. All right, giant stag with like antlers shooting up out of it, like stag symbol. All right, standing there, and you have a big mace with you, and then a book. It says the Book of Arestili. All right, the Book of Arestili, which is your holy book. All right, and obviously you all have your different packs and whatnot. Who is decidedly absent in this moment, as you have all just entered into this program. All right, just entered this program several moments ago. You're still orienting yourself with the program. All right, who is decidedly absent is the man who all invited you here. That is one. Your first officer. Commander Ulrich. Commander Ulrich is decidedly absent. All right. So I'd like you all to take a moment. You've just arrived in this program. You're by this little camp area. All right. You can see in the distance some things and what have you. I'd like you all to take a moment to just orient yourselves, interact, ask questions. We'll take it from there. Alastar, just be yourself. Do what you got to do, man.
All right. This bears a striking similarity to simulation 82121, first contact with a non-starfaring species, so we are here to gather sociological and anthropological data on their culture, correct?
I don't believe so. The commander mentioned something about murder hobos.
It was my assumption, or presumption, I should say, that Starfleet typically looks down on eradicating the impoverished. But if that is what we are doing, I inspect my axe. I appear to have the correct equipment for it.
No, we're not going to eradicate any impoverished. No,
we were murdering hobos.
What?
No.
You Amelia, why would you mention murdering hobos? What does that even have to do with anything? Really, we're going after God.
We're the hobos doing the murder.
Eradicated centuries
is what I believe it refers to.
Listen, just because we've been ousted from our home does not make us hobos. We're adventurers.
So, what is this? This medallion.
It's your holy symbol, Aldana. Are you all right? Did you wait? Did everybody else have dreams last night?
Yes, of course. I had a dream about what I was going to do today on duty.
This is the second time you've mentioned like military, like a commander, and have you been making secret trips back to the kingdom to organize the resistance?
I believe this was in the preparation materials. Yes, I had a dream last night of the wizard.
Hang on.
Geoffrey? Was that his name?
Godfrey, sure.
Yes, he is.
Oh, Godfrey, yes.
He's gonna like tap a pad. Yes. He is. His evil must be stopped is misspelled.
I, as a mighty and proud warrior, I despise all weavers of the dark arts.
And I apparently fight for the Forge Father.
I did not have time to review this materials, so I guess I'm just here to heal your asses.
I believe you worship a nature deity?
Yeah, his foul magics are an affront to the balance of nature, and he must be stopped. This is very long. His
the magic
razed to the ground.
Where are you reading this?
The magic isn't inherently bad. It's just the way he wants to use it. Like usurping the god of magic is kind of a big deal.
There was a surprising lot in the material about the size of his genitalia.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't read this material.
It was rather disturbing how much it speaks of it.
Amelia, you're usually the one that's championing that kind of talk.
Computer arch.
Captain, you ask for an arch, nothing happens.
Computer arch authorization Truth Alpha 377.
Nothing happens.
He's changed my command codes.
At the mention of change your command codes, there is a poof of smoke. All right, like a poof, and doing a ostentatious jumping from a tree, doing like a combat tactical roll, springing forward, and then landing with his hood up, kind of looking very mysterious, with his hands on his sides and a dagger in his hand. He goes, "Fear not, Alistara. I am here, your roguish companion, Basharian." Ha ha!
Roll athletics.
Oh, Basharian, thank goodness you're here.
Of course. We must defeat Godfrey, for he has taken our homes, our lands. He has destroyed everything our families worked towards. And together, together, with the power of our friendship, our bonds of both trials and tribulations, can we end his reign.
Of Admiral Kirk.
Why are you talking like that, Commander?
I'm getting into character. It's a game. You gotta. It's like we're pretending. It's like acting. The more you lean into it, the more fun you're gonna have. But as I was saying, we must make our way to the capital. But these forests are wrought with danger. I have taken the time to scout ahead, and I have discovered a small band of goblins.
Commander, don't worry about that. He's just gonna tap his combat shield. Shoot to Erebus. I need a site-to-site transport. The commander will provide coordinates.
Your combat?
Rather, if you need teleportation services,
got your combat in here?
You have your wizard here.
I'm wearing my uniform under this.
So your combat goes toot, like it's not connecting.
Commander, you and I need to have a conversation after this about boundaries.
Just lean into it. Just lean into it, Captain. Trust me, you're gonna have a great time. All right.
Teleportation services. Wizard at your service.
No, Alistara, we must conserve your powerful magics for the final fight that is close at hand. We have traveled through time and space and over vast distances of lands, and we have finally returned home. We have returned to the heart of our story, to do what must be done. But first, these treacherous goblins in the woods. We must make our way. Come, Lalana. Come, my sweet, let us make our way into the woods together and bring justice to the woods of your god. And he, like, throws a smoke thing and, like, disappears, but you see him, like, running down the path. Like, he's gone for a second, but he's just, like, running. Come, my friends and companions.
I guess if we want to get out of here, we must follow him.
Commander
Ugh.
Stern, I had no idea that you were
I
romantically
will-
involved with Commander Ullman.
I have
Walking
no
is so
idea what he's
pedestrian.
going on about. And I shall.
Well, my congratulations either way. I hope you two are very happy.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Captain. I will keep walking.
Phelan checks his lines. For blood and glory, we shall spill the intestines of these miserable foes. I have to say,
Hey,
sound of
it's
that.
a pretty low level spell for me to summon a communal mount if you guys don't want to have to walk after him. Walking is so.
I believe
Oh,
I have
sure.
this, and Amalia summons mount.
So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make your first roll of the game. All right, this is going to be a I'm gonna say this is gonna be control presence, difficulty of 1. All right, control presence, difficulty of 1.
Control. It has to be discipline. Command.
Oh, I'm
spirit
sorry.
leader.
Control. It'd be magic, but it would be holy magic. So we're gonna go with control medicine. Is what this is gonna be. Control medicine. Forgive me. I'm thinking too much D&D right now.
Oh,
I love you guys are
can't
leaning
wait
into it.
till
I appreciate you. This is
I
fun.
can't wait till Stern figures out she has magic.
Be great. Looks like 2. Boom! You get a momentum. Fantastic. So you begin to think about, and as you think about it, this holy symbol of like a giant hammer starts to glow on your chest. All right, and you watch as this magnificent steed appears before you, forming out of just these wisps of light and looks like kind of divine energy, glowing orbs that sort of come together like it's being materialized, like 3D printed, but with magic. Materializes before you, and the steed looks down at you, and it just goes. But it has a beautiful, beautiful saddle on it. It even comes with a tiny step since you're a short dwarf, so you can use that to get up on the steed. Like, it's very fancy. It's very fancy.
Good boy, and I hop up.
Winnie, it says.
I shall name you Spot.
Winnie.
Subtitles
Winnie.
is like Winnie.
Winnie. It twitches a little bit. Program seems to be a little glitchy. Yes.
Come, Spot.
And as you start riding off after Bashirin, the good first officer, who is still running down the road. Very excited.
Apparently,
Yes.
I have...
But Alastar, as you are getting ready, you feel this motion, this movement behind you, and everyone that's still there, that hasn't left, would see a tiny raccoon stick its head out from the hood of his cloak, of like his robes, and it seems to be whispering something in his ear. And what it whispers to you, Alastar, is that it's worried that Godfrey may have gotten to them. That's what he says. Hey, buddy, hey. Wonder if Godfrey got to them. They're all acting really weird. You know that dream we had last night?
They are acting strange.
Right? They're really weird.
Yeah.
You should keep an eye on them.
I will. I'm gonna summon.
Man.
I'm gonna summon some mounts though. All right, everybody, here, just don't move, and I cast communal mount.
No need. Apparently, according to this, I have. Here we are. And the captain's going to reach into his satchel and pull out an acorn.
Okay, very good.
And I'm just gonna start pulling D&D magic that doesn't exist out of my butt.
I love it.
And he's going to plant the acorn at his feet.
Love it.
And then you will all watch in horror as roots erupt from the ground, wrap him up in a cocoon, and pull him down. And he's going to travel through like the root system.
That's
amazing.
beautiful.
Oh, you know what? No, let's do it. Let's do a discovery callback, and he plants a mushroom, and he's going to travel through the mycelial network of the fab. I know.
I like it. I like it.
If we want to do
can't
Grony,
avoid
it
the
doesn't.
magic
It
space
Divine
mushroom.
magic.
doesn't get any more.
Divine magic. Control medicine.
His mount is a tardigrade.
That's beautiful.
Ugh, I hate it when he does that.
Control medicine.
Yeah.
All right, I can go for that.
Brooms.
Phelan will just kind of look down at the loincloth that he's wearing and says, I imagine prolonged horseback riding in this will be immensely uncomfortable. I think I will travel on foot.
You will arrive to where the story needs you to go, but it will maybe not be a good thing for you, Captain. All right? So
Beautiful.
That's fine. So Phelan is moving off. All right, Phelan is moving off. Glugna is moving off. All right.
Yes, I am
And
Glugna.
you look at your lines for the next, like, I don't know, let's talk like 30 pages, and it's mostly just you grunting and saying kill and blood, kill blood kill, just a lot of that.
Blood,
It seems
kill,
like your
blood,
character
bomb.
was like the least amount of thought. I hate it. It's not good. So, maybe go off script. Do what you want to do. It's good. It's good. Yeah. But you all continue down the pathway, and as you are walking, a narrator-like voice seems to, well, narrate, kind of like a voiceover for you. As the children of Sola made their way through the forest, they traveled together as one, both on foot and the backs of beasts, mounted, prepared, and knowing that the final confrontation between the evil man who had stolen their families, their very homes from them, and themselves was about to commence. But little did they know that their journey back to the heart of their home was to be fraught with danger, mystery, and more danger.
Who is speaking? Show yourself!
So
That's a lot of danger.
We got to a scene.
I did not know the computer could have different voices.
Why is the barbarian yelling? Again.
That's what he does.
No. You know what? That's fair.
You guys make your way down this road. Big classic D&D forested road. There's deer running across. You finally get caught up with Ulrich, who is like, I'm so excited.
I had like a light jaw approach him. I suppose you will need that extra month of PT.
That's fine. No, I'm good. Oh, I didn't realize it was so far away. Oh, Alistar, could you summon me a mount, brother? Please.
Of course.
Ah,
Sarah
thank
has
you.
reached out for a deer without even realizing. She's just like,
The deer walks up to you, like nuzzles your hand, and is just like, it's all like, hey, what's up?
oh.
And as you look into the deer's eyes, all right, there is a moment where you look into that deer's eyes and they look human, and you get this like really strong sensation like someone or something is watching you. All right, and that holy symbol that you're wearing starts to feel like heavy, but like a heavy, like you're full and you've had a good meal heavy. Like it's a good feeling. Like it feels like maybe you're being embraced, or like someone's watching over you. All right, like a parent's embrace. Like your mom finally saying she's proud of you, and she never has. It's a good feeling. That's what it feels like.
That got really real there for a
Yeah,
second.
you okay? Well,
I'm
You okay with
fine.
yourself?
we'll talk about it later.
He's fine. Yes, but you've arrived at a small clearing, right? A small clearing where the road, which is about 10 to 15 feet wide at any given point, but the road starts to widen out. It kind of looks like a large circle, all right, that widens to about 100 feet wide by 100 feet long, and almost looks like you could circle wagons here, or like maybe this was a rest stop at some point. But what is disconcerting, all right, is that in the center of this circle, you see no less than a dozen goblins. All right, they have pumpkin-shaped heads, rows of razor-sharp teeth. They are wielding jagged instruments, and the one of them in the center, the largest of them, which each of them are about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. There is one that is about 4 feet tall. He is dressed in black armor. He has this wicked-looking fanged helmet on that looks very odd considering he has a pumpkin-shaped head. And he looks over and he says,
"Ah, yes, you! We've been expecting you! We have your companion! Hand over all your things, or we'll cut this long shank!"
And as you look, you see that Aaron, Captain Absatriso, you teleported, which was good.
Captain Absatriso.
I Captain Ishra. That's what I said. That was weird. That was a weird thing. I see Brian. My bad. You're Captain Isha. All right. That's fucking weird. Wow. Good job, Wolf. But you see that he is unfortunately. You popped out of this mushroom moments ago, and were instantaneously set upon by a dozen goblins who tied you up and now have you tied to a large stake with kindling around it in the center. And you are currently their prisoner. All right, Captain, you're currently their prisoner. And the goblin that I mentioned, this 4-foot goblin, is holding a torch. Next to it says,
"Yes! Turn over all your things, all of your gear, your loot, all of it, or we'll burn him alive!"
It's quite all right. The safety protocols are on. It can't hurt me.
Is it having a stroke?
Ulrich's like, oh damn it, it's doing it again. Just give me a second. Computer, reset parameter 85463. Computer.
Commander, would you like me to look at your programming?
That's weird. Why isn't it responding?
We can't hesitate like this. Kranatha's in danger.
Computer
And,
pause program.
Alistair will teleport forward, pulling a knife so we can cut him free.
All right, so the wizard teleports forward, cutting with a knife, and starts cutting the ranger free. All right, I want to go around the table. All right, we're gonna see if they. So Alistar rushes forward. Captain, you're being cut free.
Mm-hmm.
Amalia, what are you doing? Lieutenant Commander Flitz, what's your battle plan here? I want you to imagine the worst laid out like D&D battle where it's literally just like a row of like 6 goblins just like on a map that nothing's been drawn. It's just like a neoprene mat. All right. And the DM's like put very little effort into this. Like that's what you're seeing here. But it's a fantasy world and you're in it. Right. But they're like set up and they're kind of like moving. Like you ever seen that show where it's like turn-based combat? So like they're waiting. Like they should all be rushing you, but they're just waiting for each of you to go. All right. Like
it's. Yeah. I believe this is where we engage in procedural combat. And he stops for a second, looks up, is obviously like accessing his memory.
Mm-hmm.
I cast Smite Evil on my hammer.
I'm gonna have you give an insight and an insight. Actually, no, we're gonna do presence command on this one. That feels right. Presence command, and you can try to sell me on a focus, but explain it to me how it's fantasy related.
Well, obviously, my focus in Starship Power Systems, in accessing. Don't you give me that look. Accessing holy energy.
Oh,
he is tapping
that's pretty
from
good.
The very fundamental
the fundamental
energies of
system.
the universe, right? Like the things that make the universe turn. The wheel of time spins.
All right, you had me at when you started talking. Like I'm not gonna argue that much. Like it's fine.
Talk yourself.
You have a focus.
Right?
Difficulty of 2 on this one. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna take a momentum if we're okay with that.
And suddenly, as this is happening, you start to hear this like combat music, right? Like you start to hear combat music, and that's really bad.
Oh man.
The voiceover picks up again as the paladin.
Oh wow!
As the paladin attempted to summon her god, A dark, ominous force beset and fell upon the battlefield. A symbol glowing above her head of a black hooded lantern appeared. It looked down upon her as she up to it, and a voice called out, Your god has no power here.
That was unexpected.
Godfrey Silas Locke.
Yes, that's your turn, unfortunately. Schmandy, talk to me. What's the barbarian doing?
So, Phelan, using his focus and threat awareness, is going to see which one of these goblins is the biggest and meanest. I'll assume the one in the armor.
You got it.
And he is going to call out to it, You wish me to surrender my belongings. Come to me and I shall give you my axe.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Are you trying to taunt him?
Yes.
I love that. Give me a presence security. That feels right. Difficulty of, I think you have a focus. I think you have a focus in this. You said you had a focus. Difficulty 2 on this one, right? Difficulty 2, but you definitely have a focus. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
Let's go.
Wha-bam!
Oh,
Woof.
this is rough.
Oh.
Nat 1.
Wow.
The goblin looks over, and the voiceover comes again. Once again, the barbarian, hooting and hollering as barbarians often do, shouted a taunting war cry at the goblin, who looked over and simply flew him the bird. Fortunately, that was ineffectual. All right, it's all right. Lieutenant Commander Stern, what's your battle plan?
I have been looking for the spell, but it is because I got this fulfillment
Yeah.
from the deer.
Yeah.
I'm going to was it holy weapon?
Ooh, I like
That-
that.
Smite.
Are you making
that'd
your
be
weapon
cool.
holy? Are you trying to like smite an area
No,
with like divine
what
power?
is it where
Summon a
it's like-
weapon?
I have it somewhere and I can't find it, but it's like it's like light or something, but it is the holy weapon of your deity.
Ooh.
And
Is
I
it something
cannot
that you,
remember.
is
Spiritual
weapon?
there
Like,
it is,
summon it,
spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you want to summon a spiritual weapon? I like that.
Yeah, as someone who plays as a cleric, I should know
That's
that.
fucking
but-
sweet, dude. I like that. That is going to be a, I'd say a presence. No. Control medicine for summoning divine energy. Control medicine.
Okay. And
Difficulty of 2.
is there any
Sell me.
ground tactics? Because
Done.
I have
Sold.
Okay.
Sold. Love it. Yep. Even if it makes a modicum of sense, I'm probably going to say yes tonight. All right, we're just having a good time. It's all good. I love that. Absolutely. Love that. Oof. He goes to summon the weapon, and for a moment, there is a glowing flitter. A glowing flitter of divine energy in front of you. You can see this longbow beginning to form in front of you. And then that black lantern with the blue flame appears above your head as well. And that same voice,
Ah, yes. The young cleric of Lastilia. You thought your god was watching over you, but I am the only one watching.
I don't know how I did that.
yeah, it's good. It's good. So the first officer, Commander Ulrich, is looking around, looks a little nervous, but then draws his 2 daggers and says, "Fear not, companion. I am on the way. Stay back, fair lady. I have these beasts right where I want them." And he rushes forward, just like, rushing forward. He rushes forward, and he goes to like jump and start to like do a somersault and like try to dagger a couple of people, like with like just ridiculous, over the top, shouldn't be physically possible kind of moves. It's silly. All right, very, 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 very silly. But he is going to go ahead and make a fitness and security on this difficulty of 2.
I just because of the way he talks, I picture him as basically looking like Captain Picard, or not Captain, but Captain Kirk when he went to one of those weird medieval planets in
Correct.
the original.
Exactly.
So like,
correct.
yeah, so like he's
Okay.
just like his acrobatic move is just the Kirk roll.
Yes, correct.
Roll.
100%.
And the
And the double
difficulty
axe
of
handle.
2.
Yes.
I'm going to use his focus of evasive action. All right.
Okay.
I think that works.
the battle music that's playing is the one. It's like
Oh!
during
So,
the pawn.
We
fight.
watch as he
Yeah,
rushes
yeah.
forward, does the Kirk roll, okay,
Oh, of course.
throws a dagger, strikes one of the goblins in the throat, it falls over. He throws another dagger, then takes 2 more daggers and pokes 2 more of the eyes out. And he's just like, we have an opening! Quickly, brothers and sisters! To our companion! Ha-ha! Just having a good time, right? That'll be his turn. We're gonna cycle.
He's having a good time.
We're gonna cycle again. There's like 8 goblins remaining now, including the commander or their leader. Alistara, you have managed to cut your ranger companion free. What would you like to do?
Excellent. I immediately cast Bull Strength on the Ranger Druid
That's
to be
wonderful.
like, all right, you're super strong now. Defend me. And then teleports to like the top of the pole, just like holding on.
So I love that. So, Captain Isatreso, anything you do,
Nope.
Isatreso, I did it again.
Nope.
Captain Yushira, I don't know why I keep doing
Nope.
that. It's I see Brian.
Truth, Captain Truth.
That's what I said.
with me.
That's what I said.
Real
Ranger,
captain stand up.
I'm having a great time.
So letting us know
Captain
that we're replacing the captain.
Captain.
The
Captain.
artist formerly known
Yes.
as.
Yeah. Captain.
There's been a
Good
mutiny
captain.
and they haven't told us yet.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Good captain. All right. Good captain. Whenever you roll a physical check, you now have advantage on it because you have bull strength. So difficulty is 2, it becomes a 1, and you can go with it. So you have some options here. All right. You do have a bow, but you also have a longsword. All right. You also have a longsword. All right. You can decide what weapon you'd like to use, or your fists. I mean, you have options here, or you can simply just be confused. It's up to you.
No. The captain's going to try to negotiate for a peaceful resolution.
Go for it. Diplomacy check. I love it.
Yeah.
He's like,
We watch as this arcane energy swirls around, his muscles swell up. Yeah.
I think everybody just needs to take 1 second and evaluate what we're doing.
Oh no,
We
they killed
have-
Grubnob! He was 2 days for retirement! No!
We have a unique opportunity here.
Crack! No, crack! You monsters!
We,
Crib sheet!
This-
Crib sheet!
we
no, keep it up, Captain. I think you've got some.
It's like they're all still hovering, but a couple of them are like just screaming these like random phrases.
their idle animations
Yeah.
just going like.
And then they'll like say like the NPC lines. He's exactly right.
No, we
Hello,
have a
chat.
we have
Exactly,
a,
Shandy. Just like
we have a unique opportunity here. It is the loss of life has been unfortunate, but we were acting in self-defense. We are on a peaceful mission of exploration.
Captain. Yeah, it's a free action
can
to
we-
talk, but you're supposed to do it within reason. All right, 6-second rounds is what we're going
Oh,
with.
hang on. I will make a diplomacy check.
Awesome.
Is-
All right, yeah.
Is the Rascal, is the druid trying to talk to the goblin?
Yeah, the raccoon is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. It's fucking weird, right? He's fucking talking to people like he should be. Swing your sword, idiot! Swing it with your hands. There's no negotiating with goblin terrorism. All right, it's not gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's Godfrey. And then he slips back into the hood. All right,
Yeah. So am I rolling a presence in command?
correct. Difficulty of 5.
Oh, all right, go to
Oh
hell.
my god.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm saying there's a
going
chance,
to-
but good luck.
Just a few things here. I'm going to use my focus in diplomacy.
I'll allow it.
I'm going to spend a point of determination.
Mhm.
No, and cap my value challenges define us, and there's been nothing more challenging right now than
Yes.
negotiating a peaceful resolution to this conflict. He's gonna suck every bit of fun out of it for anybody that wants to actually play D&D.
Love this.
And I'm also going to spend. Do we have any momentum?
Yeah, we should have a few.
You have 3 right now. As far as
Okay,
my
cool.
count.
I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to roll an additional D20.
I love it.
So
good.
I get 2 successes automatically from my point of determination. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll my roll a challenge die here. Okay, I don't get it back.
All right.
But let's see how we do it. So that's presence plus command.
Love it.
I roll 3.
These goblins just like
Gotta
hovering and
focus.
wavering. That's good. Wow.
So I got 1 more success than needed.
So the voiceover pops up.
Goblin army,
In an
guys?
unexpected moment of clarity, grace, and wisdom of phrase, thought, and conviction, the druid, often soft-spoken, began to speak, at first softly, and then louder, louder and louder. The goblins, both racked with pain at the loss of their companions at the hands of the Slayer Rogue, listened to him, thinking not of their anger and their greed and bloodlust, but of family and the friends they had already lost. Grubnub, hear words. Realize now that just because goblin doesn't mean need to goblin. Could be actor, singer, or lover of jazz.
As he's talking,
how has he heard of jazz?
I don't
I
question
think
anything
there may
anymore.
be some memory leak. You may have access
Commander-
to the music database.
Perhaps you should have had someone look over this program before you implemented it.
I will say it is very nice to know that Bethesda is still making holodeck programs.
Correct. Correct.
I don't know. This is a little more EA.
Challenge everything.
The goblins just disperse. And as they crest a hill, you hear the one go babbity bop-boo doodly doo da.
As we walk down the road, it's the Wanderer.
I would very much like to destroy that one, Captain.
Yeah.
Rascal, it worked.
Wait, what? We're supposed to fight the goblins.
Do we need to kill everybody we see? In all honesty,
I mean, kinda. That's the point. It's, the fighting and it was pretty cool though, right?
But this is in the
what
rules.
I did with the flipping. It was the Kirk roll. Did you see it? Did you see it,
Yes, the Kirk
Lieutenant
maneuver.
Commander Stern?
Yes, it was very impressive.
We all saw it, yes.
It was pretty cool, right?
Sure.
Onward, noble friends. To
Alistar teleports back down to the ground, and he's like,
is that supposed
"Are
to
you
say
planning to talk to Godfrey? Because I don't think that's going to work."
well, with all due respect, holodeck program. I mean, good wizard. Has anyone tried?
Yeah, back when I was in the torture cube.
You were in a torture cube?
Well, I mean, it's a void cube, but it was torturous to me, so I call it the torture cube.
Captain, it was chapter 4. It was chapter 3. Chapter 3, page 120. He's in the Arcanum. He just found out that Godfrey might be his dad.
I'd like to point out, Commander, that you gave us a 300-page summary 12 hours ago.
Well, I mean, it.
Mine 30 minutes ago.
It's not.
I read it.
Flitz got it.
You had 300 pages. I had 2, and most of them just say the words "blood and death" over and over.
It's
Got
not.
a manual?
It's not about It's not about that. All right. It's about we're having fun. All right. We're having fun together as a team. All right. It's about telling a story. Sorry.
This is a
Yes,
fascinating look into biological psychology.
I happen to find the art of diplomacy preferable in almost any case to physical coercion.
Commander fidgets very uncomfortably.
But if you like, when we get to this Godfrey, I will throw an exploding pine cone at him.
Honestly, Kranatha, I wouldn't have thought it would be possible to talk goblins out of their dinner, and you just did it. So, seriously, are you going to try to talk to Godfrey? Because that kind of sounds awesome.
Well, I mean, it really depends on how much time we have. Negotiations could take days or even weeks.
Well, I have a spell that can stop time, so we can pretty much give you as much time as you need.
Excellent. Then we'll. Can you conjure a negotiating table?
Conjure a table. Yeah, that way beneath the amount of power that I have.
Alistara, whispers something to you, and what he whispers is, "I don't trust them," and then he slips back into the hood.
You are acting somewhat strangely, all of you, except Basharian. He's absolutely the same as always.
Of course, I am here. We are going to take back our kingdom.
But I always thought it was going to come to some sort of like epic conclusion. But if the conclusion is that we just talk Godfrey into giving us back our kingdom and relinquishing his hold on the throne of the godhood of magic, then that sounds way less, and that's way less risky. Maybe he'll release my sister.
Didn't he murder our parents?
Let's see.
All of our parents?
I believe
That was
so.
That was like the first part where he came and he attacked the kingdom and he had murdered the parents.
I mean, yeah, Amalia, but
he
wouldn't you
burned
rather
my
not?
village before I had the chance to burn my village.
Correct.
Yeah, Gludna's village got burned, but wouldn't you rather not risk our lives in a? I'm just saying, if it's a possibility, I'm with Kraft.
I'm always for diplomacy.
Yes, I agree with the fair and wise and noble Lana. She has mentioned we should fight for our lands, as is the way of Arastilia. If nature's wrath and what have you. Isn't that right, Alistara?
Oh, yeah, if it comes to combat, you know me, I'm down.
Yes.
I offered to throw an exploding pine cone at him.
We will need more than simple pine cones.
I have 27 pine cones.
That is a lot of pine cones.
Blitz looks over at Phelan. He says, "Is this supposed to be entertaining?"
Glugna! What of you? Your village burned to the ground, your people slaughtered. Do you not foster the searing light? What the fuck is the line? Do you not foster? Hold on 1 second, sorry. Do you not foster the searing burn and singe of vengeance in your heart? Do you not desire the blood, the gore, the vengeance on Godfrey?
Searing, burning singe is a hat on a hat on a hat.
I am in fact reminded of a passage from one of my introductory human literature courses, the works of one Robert Howard. What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women. Howard would have made an excellent Klingon. And I suppose this is some sort of crude homage to that. So in that case, then, for blood and glory, I shall fight.
By Torag's name.
Yeah.
By the hammer of Grabthar.
Super A. Yeah.
There it is.
By the power of Grayskull.
As Commander Stern goes, yeah, there's a small smile that appears on the commander's face, like she's kind of getting into it, and he's like,
Yeah.
gives like a thumbs up, like, yeah,
By the,
get it.
by the hammer of Grabthar, what a saving throw.
The voiceover pops in again. As the heroes, the very children of Solar, congratulate themselves on a battle well won. Little did they know. Little did they know. No.
Remix.
No. And then it just like does this long monotone thing. And the Commander Stern looks up and he goes, what the hell is wrong with this program?
It's Commander Ulrich.
That's what I said.
Ancient.
Promoted!
Commander Ulrich, right? Fuck. I'm fucking up today. There's too many names, like people that aren't actual people. So I'm fucking up. Commander Ulrich is like, what the hell is going on here? I'm having a good time. We're all having fun. We're having fun. We're having fun. All right. But Ulrich looks around and he's like, what the hell is going on with this program? He's gonna walk over to Commander Flitz and he's going to lean in and whisper. He goes, Commander, I am 95% sure, probably 96%, that there is a malfunction in this program. The reason I mention that is when I stabbed that goblin, I nicked myself, and he looks down, and you actually see that his left hand is bleeding quite profusely. He has bandaged it, but he is like bleeding. He goes, yeah, I made it look cool, but I also cut myself. So could you check and see if maybe the safety protocols are turned on or not?
The the captain has a tricorder.
Flitz looks over at the doctor and says, Doctor, I believe your skills are needed over here. I shall be right back.
Come on, no, just you and me. You could do it with your palette. You
Yeah.
could rely on.
Tap him on his shoulder and then walk over. Computer, Arch.
Nothing.
What seems to be the problem?
Oh,
Oh,
nothing.
my
It's not
God, give
anything. It's
give
not that
me
bad.
your hand.
Oh, okay.
Com-
All right.
Commander
I
Flitz.
nicked myself with my
Captain.
knife when I threw it in the goblin's head. It was
According to my tricorder,
This
the
should not.
polynodal nadion induction inhibitor is offline.
Offline.
Yes,
It
take a
shouldn't-
look.
It shouldn't even be able to synchronize the secondary thermonic pulse damper without the polynodal nadon inhibitor. How do we even have holograms without that?
And that means that there's going to be a reversal in the balanced gravimetric reciprocating relay.
This sounds like Godfrey's work, adjusting the very nature of reality. It's the throne of the god that he sits upon.
Commander,
Ulrich is bleeding.
Commander, did you put any back doors into the system?
Give me just a second. Could you look at this, Commander Stern?
I have been looking at it. This should not be possible.
I am bleeding.
Get
I am
woozy.
feeling. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm getting a little dizzy here. There's a lot
I
of blood
will
coming out of my hand.
just cast a healing
Is
spell.
there supposed to be that much blood? I am.
Just a,
You make a really good cleric. I just want to tell you
Hold
that. You're good. You're good doctor. Good doctor.
do not
Dr.
look at your
Clerics.
hand. Just
Oh.
look at literally anything else while I heal
boy.
this.
I am looking at you, kid.
Is it like a
Looking at the captain. Hey, Captain.
control medicine?
Hi, Captain. You're a ranger druid. You're also a tree. Tree person. And look at him. There's a tree.
Control
yeah,
medicine?
correct.
To cast a spell?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Difficulty
Triage.
of 2. Triage 100%. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. There you go.
Wow, that's pretty good. So you get a momentum back, and as you reach down, the holy symbol once again glows, that heavy, warm feeling, and this blue oscillating light that has these little flecks of gold appears around your hand, and as you brush it over his hand, you watch as the blood seems to like suck back into his palm, and then the wound just stitches itself up as though it's rapidly healing. And he snaps back and he goes, "Wow, that was amazing. It's cool, right? Like, right? It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty cool, right?
Amazing, yeah.
It's fantasy, it's magic and stuff." Right. But where we're right. Yes, this is likely Godfrey's foul magic. Glubna, come, my noble but brutish companion. Let us make our way to the city proper.
So
Let us find this man, and as you say, let us crush his skull.
So I take that to mean that that you did not put a backdoor into the program?
I did not, because I forgot.
Commander, why are my command codes not working?
If we are going to be trapped here, then the wizard's skull is not the only one that is going to be split by the end of this day.
I'm not healing everybody.
According to the background information, we're not supposed to split his skull. I believe Amalia is going to use it to create some sort of artifact. I don't entirely understand the use of it.
How baroque.
I believe it's to be the royal piss pot.
That sounds acceptable.
As the heroes of Sola discussed their directions, their time, and where they wanted to go, deep in the heart, deep in the heart of the capital of Sunspire, rested their arch nemesis, the evil, self-absorbed, small-membered wizard known as Godfrey. And
Rascal, are you hearing narration?
love that. And he goes,
I'm hearing a little projection.
Oh,
There is a lot of talk of the size of his member in the background materials.
Oh my god, can we just go?
The heroes, flabbergasted and flustered with themselves and their conversation, decided to move on. And you guys press on down the road, right? Both on
Yes,
Once again, I offer
I
that
am a medical
I have
officer, but I don't have to hear this all the time.
once again, I do have teleportation. We don't have to walk. Okay, got.
Oh,
we're walking.
No, the captain is just
Moving
gonna
on.
walk up to Alistar and yes, Alistar, 1 to transport, please.
You want to go alone? Well, okay.
Oh, well, I mean,
If we're all going to travel together,
yeah, we should all go.
Come, my friends, we're going on an adventure. And he's taking off running down the road.
5,
Did
6.
he not learn his lesson from last time?
I believe we should leave him to his adventure.
Yes.
I believe it's different from the
Alistar.
one that we are on.
I think
including
I can
yourself.
take us to the front gates of Sunspire.
Oh,
Excellent.
We should not be
5.
right in front of the gates. We should be a little bit away. We don't want to let them know that we are there. Words are hard.
That's an excellent point. Let me think about that for a sec, because I need to be able to picture the space. Do you remember when we were children and there was that old well right outside the old wall, and that we used to play hide and seek around?
I just
I
start running.
think I
after the
remember
commander.
that
I
space
love
well
that.
enough. Oh, there goes the barbarian.
There he
I'm pretty
goes.
sure I remember that space well enough, and that would give us some cover. All right, everybody gather up,
Perfect.
because I'll just cast Greater Teleport.
4 to transport.
All right, here we go.
So as the four
And,
of you disappeared, right? You disappeared. All
It'd be
right.
funny if it was the transporter effect.
Yeah. It is absolutely is the transporter effect. Yeah,
It's
like
just
blue glowing
short
sight-to-sight transport is exactly what it is. That's exactly
It's
right.
an original series transporter.
Correct. But
Yeah.
The entire program freezes completely.
Lieutenant Phelan, and the commander are running together. Now you're faster than him, all right, because you have barbarian speed, right? So you're catching up to him pretty quickly. And he's like, "Ah, yes, my noble but brutish companion. Where are the others?"
They've already left, and I just run past them.
And he's like, damn
On
it!
the left.
I was really hoping that I could get...
Try and keep up.
Oh, this is going so terribly for me. Cut myself, make myself look like an idiot, mess up the program, forget a back door. I'm pretty sure the safety protocols are off. Oh, she's gonna hate me. And he's just running. He's just running. What? No, nothing. We're fine. Just fight the wizard. But you guys appear by this well. All right. You are near the city gate, but out. You see that there are dozens of masked individuals. All right. Cloaked, masked individuals. Definitely look like they're on a cult. And they're milling about. All right. And I want you to think like Skyrim level, like NPCs. Like they like walk around like, good day. Yes. Hello. Hail Godfrey. Godfrey, the new god of magic. Magic. Godfrey, God. Arcanum. They're just like saying random words. And it's not going great. But they're trying, as it were. And
it's Oblivion NPC to
correct.
NPC communication.
Correct.
Hello.
Oh, that's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. That's really funny. All right, so yes, that is happening, and you guys have appeared. Moments later, the barbarian will show up and join you, and then about 3 minutes later, a very out of breath Commander Ulrich will show up in his rogue getup. But you guys have a few moments before he gets there to analyze the situation and figure out what you want to do.
Lieutenant Phelan, I want you to schedule mandatory PT for Commander Ulrich.
Aye, sir.
Now, this wizard, this affront to the natural order of that's very harsh. This abomination to the natural world must be stopped.
The weird pause, weird place to pause, but sure, yeah, I'm with you so far.
The text cut off. I'm sorry. The formatting is terrible.
He does need to study graphic design.
Some kerning.
He's just getting shit on this whole time, and I love it. I love it.
At least you have a manual.
He didn't give you one at all?
I got told about this 30 minutes beforehand.
I think he's afraid to talk to you.
Krenatha, did I see a tricorder a minute ago?
Seems to be a common issue with medical personnel.
A what?
Well, you did a scan, and then you and Amalia were talking to each other, and I assumed that was a tricorder.
How do you
know about what a tricorder
is?
I'm a wizard. I know lots of stuff.
Yes, that was my tricorder.
Well, have you noticed that the cultists are acting a little weird? I suspect it's because they've devoted themselves heart and soul to Godfrey, as if he were a god, but he hasn't made the transition yet. So if you used your tricorder to amplify the multivariant gravimetric harmonic chamber, we might be able to destabilize them, giving us a clear path to the castle in the center where we can confront him.
Commander Flitz.
It seems to be a sound plan.
Well,
Wizard Alistar.
Please make the modifications.
Shall I assist you?
Oh no, I have only read about tricorders. If you're going to make an adjustment to it, I should stay far away from it. I'm actually kind of klutzy. It's you, Amalia. You know, it's a joke between the group.
Captain, may I use your tricorder?
Yes.
Why do we have a tricorder? We're supposed to be.
We're going to destabilize the hollow matrix of these.
What? Why would
it
we?
It was Alistair's idea.
Why would we? What, Alistair? Why are you?
Our good
talking
wizard
about
friend.
Sherry, we don't want to have to. We don't have to fight all the cultists, and
we also don't want to hurt them if they're being mind controlled.
Sure, that makes sense. This is not what I wanted or expected. I just wanted to have some fun with my colleagues. And fine, don't worry about it.
I'm finding this quite enjoyable, Commander.
Okay, really? Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Stern, you having a good time? Lieutenant Commander.
I would like to formulate a plan on how we sneak in.
Right, sneaking in. Okay, it's good. It's very clericy.
I can
It's good.
cast invisibility on us once we've destabilized the cultists.
Yeah.
Which should prevent us from being noticed on our way in.
Yeah, just all greater visibility. Just walk in there like it's nothing. Good. Yeah.
Let the barbarian get the first hit, and that, I mean, honestly, Basharian, that's great for you because that'll let you get in some sneak attacks.
Right. Going for the kidneys. I can do that. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, yes! Wise wizard companion. That is true. What do you think, my brutish yet powerful companion?
I like the idea of entering in under.
Do it with the voice.
Slow.
You gotta be like a barbarian. Like, you gotta like get into it. Like,
And spilling their blood across the floors of their halls. Yes,
yeah.
blood. I feel this is very reductive of my own culture.
It's not meant to be. I look. There wasn't a barbarian character. There was an extra character. I had to write something last minute. All right. I didn't expect Flitz to actually want to do this, or the captain. All right. But just lean into it. All right.
We're going to have an honorable warrior in your midst. I would hope that you would
just go off script then. All right. Just make it your own. Go off script. I mean, just improvise. All right. Just remember, you're a barbarian. All right. Where were we? I mean, yes. Let us press on into the castle.
I'm gonna try to adjust the tricorder.
Go for it. Give me a reason. Give me a reason engineering. Difficulty of 2. Put our number. Love it. They're still walking around bumping into each other. Godfrey, the god of magic. God of magic. New god. New god. New god. Yes, hello. New god of magic. Better than old god. Yes. Hello.
Do we have momentum?
We have 2 momentum.
2 momentum right now.
Mistaken.
I would use one of them.
While you're doing that,
yes,
I want to do a religion check
Ooh.
on the god of
I love
magic.
that. I love that. I love that.
For some reason,
Give me an insight science.
NPCs goes
difficulty of 2.
Boy, look at that.
Ooh, nice job, Flitz.
One of the NPCs is just pulling from a different data bank and goes, "The Daedra have attacked Kavach."
They do. That's exactly right. They do. I love that. 100% happens.
Maybe like a xenobiology.
Done. I'll allow it. Fuck it.
I loved Oblivion. It's so good.
Oh, nice. Nicely done. That is a success. So what you know, all right, so as you go to recall this knowledge, you are hit with this like miniature hologram within a hologram, like you're reliving a dream, and you see this like smarmy looking guy with like a goatee, and he's just like, yeah, Godfrey Silas Locke, yes, and now I shall take the divine power granted to you by the God of humanity, and with it I shall leverage it to become the new God of magic. And you see like your other companions around you, like your brothers and sisters. You see all these other characters. There's like a kingdom on fire. He's flanked by all of these cultists and whatnot. And they're like, yes, and we are the apostles of the Arcanum. We are Godfrey's chosen, as he is our chosen. And we will destroy you and take what he needs to achieve his ultimate ultimatum. And then, like, the mini cutscene stops for you.
Commander, I don't think this was ready for prime time.
By the way, this is like the inverse of that meme of Star Trek cosplayers at Renfest. Correct. That's really funny, Synth Weasel. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's very funny. I love that. Yes, so you have that information. So you would know that the Apostles of the Arcanum are a cult that follow this powerful wizard by the name of Godfrey, who has proclaimed himself the new god of magic and apparently murdered the old god of magic. So he is trying to ascend to that throne and doesn't care who he has to hurt or kill to do it. But he claims to stand for all of humanity and want to uplift them once he achieves his godhood. But he's crazy.
Wait, just humanity?
Yeah, just
Commander
humanity.
Flitz.
Doctor?
Oh, I know you had something else that you were going to talk about. I can wait till you want to, if you want to
No,
make your
no, go
point.
for it.
Okay. Have you been able to contact your deity?
I attempted to unsuccessfully once. Perhaps I could try again.
As was I.
All of the holograms that are wandering around, by the way, they all start to wander off as you have destabilized the gravimetric representing relay. They wander off, right? They just wander off. They're still meandering and muttering to themselves. Unfortunately, I'm going to spend some threat. I'm going to spend some threat. And as this is happening, it begins to rain heavily. I'm talking like thunderstorm, crash of thunder, like nasty, nasty rain. Nasty, nasty rain is happening. And in the sky above, there's a swirling dark cloud that is kind of this bluish color and almost looks like a warp core. And it seems to be centered above the castle in the center of the city. Very interesting.
Oh, damn it. Looks like Godfrey started his ritual. We're going to need to pick up the pace, I think.
Very wet. It's very rainy.
I'm gonna cast. Wait, can I do? Is bless? No, I don't think I can cast bless. Yeah, fuck
Absolutely.
it. We're not playing.
You're fucking
we're not
rolling
playing
it, man.
D&D.
We are do whatever you fuck you
I was
want.
about to say. Oh wait, we're not playing D&D. It doesn't
No.
matter what spells I'm on.
We're playing hologram
Level
dragons
9.
and space dragons. Right?
Well, let me see if I can access the power of my god. And Flitz tries to bless the party.
I love that. Go ahead and roll me a presence medicine.
Oh, I guess I was able to talk to mine then if I was able to heal.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Oh well, never mind.
No, it's fine. You're leaning into it. Every time you lean into it, the Commander Ulrich, just gets like a little smile on his face. He's like, yes, it's like a little victory for him.
I'm gonna use a momentum.
Love that.
Oof.
Oh my god. For a moment, everyone hears this like weird clanging noise, like a hammer on an anvil.
Mm-hmm.
And then that clanging noise is quickly replaced with a no. It just says no. All right. And that complication is that as that clanging noise stops, it is replaced by a deep, guttural roar. I'm talking like, just like, and you guys feel this like gust of wind. And as you look up, not too high above you, maybe 100 feet, the rain coming down, you see a massive leathery wingspan. Massive leathery wingspan. You see this large reptilian creature with wings swerve and swoosh and dip and dive, and the narrator pops up. As our heroes approached the gates of their home, it began to rain heavily, unexpectedly. Amalia, still unable to connect with her god, the barbarian, still filled with rage and little other thought, the druid, still pondering whether or not negotiations and diplomacy could work, the wizard, apparently understanding things about the far, far future that he shouldn't, and the rogue, feeling slightly out of place and unsure of himself. Hey, what the hell? Just stop that. You can't. That is way too personal, computer. The narrator's not supposed to do this, all right? But a dragon, massive and roaring, fell from the sky, landing before them. As the rain fell upon its scaly hide, smoke and cinders began to emanate from its massive jaw. Sharp, shiny teeth, flickering with both the light of the fire from its gullet and perhaps the fear in Hero's eye. Dragon then spoke. What's up, bros? How you doing? What are you guys doing over here? You come here to get in trouble or something? How you doing, you know? What's going on?
Don't worry, friends. He's speaking in Draconic. I
Sure.
can also speak it.
Yeah, that's right,
Hey,
man.
what's up, Dragon?
What's up, bro? Yeah, how you doing, man?
Oh,
You speak my
yeah.
speak language. It's sweet, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I did it for my arcane studies.
Right on, man. You're a wizard or
studied
something, man? That's
Draconic.
great.
Yeah,
I feel really
wizard.
bad about this, bro, but I got this Godfrey guy. He's been like, hey, there's some people showing up. I need you to stop them.
Oh,
So we gotta
that
fight
sucks.
and stuff. I'm gonna
Are you sure?
I'm gonna
Because,
breath attack you here shortly.
Okay.
Super sorry.
I have
I feel bad about it though, right?
Yeah, I
feel
get it.
bad.
Listen,
Especially for that barbarian guy. He's not even supposed to be here. Come on.
and he's not even wearing any armor, and that's gonna.
That is
suck.
gonna scorch. He's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
His body.
Listen, I hear you on the fire zone,
Right?
and Godfrey
Okay.
totally makes people do things they don't want
Look,
to do.
look, he's paying me a lot of gold. You know what? I love gold, right? It's fun. It's great. Okay.
What if we could get you your gold?
I'm
but,
hearing you out.
We didn't have to get fired.
I had you at gold, but you gotta lean into it, man. Right? You gotta lean into it.
So
okay.
What if I teleported in some bodies and you blew fire on them while we left invisibly?
Interesting. Little deception, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. That's good. I like that. Okay. Maybe. What do I get out of it?
Well, you get to have your gold. Actually, you know what? I can even make it that you don't even have to blow the fire. I could just do illusory fire.
Okay.
Because of the wizardness.
Right.
And you could save your
I kind of
energy.
want to blow some fire, man. It's kind of my thing, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, is it
Can I
just
at
like
least
you
burn the barbarian a little bit, just so he just? I just feel.
Here, you know.
Wait, does he speak dragon too? Everyone understands, by the way. Everyone understands what's being said. It just sounds like bro speak. All right.
That would be crazy if he spoke Draconic, but I guess it's possible.
I understand you perfectly.
Oh, that's amazing, bro. What's up?
You could tell him.
And I could burn her too. It doesn't matter.
Hey, bros! There is a whole bonfire set up back there. You could set fire to, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Their
they're talking about
accents
the
are
goblin
terrible,
encampment,
right? Really terrible.
Yeah,
right.
no, I hear you.
They need some more lessons, right? But okay, I'm down to clown.
It's literally my first time. It's literally my first time trying this language. I'd appreciate it. All right, I'd appreciate it if you gave me a little bit of understanding.
Okay, man. Whoa, don't harsh your chill or nothing, man. Sounded better already.
I'm not harshing it. I'm not
you're
harshing it,
it.
dude.
All right.
You got whoa, dude.
Little flame flickers out. I'm talking Great Worm Ancient Red Dragon. This thing is gargantuan. Okay, just gargantuan and spiky.
Look at
speaking in pro.
Listen,
look at your Discord for a second.
Uh-oh.
I know that
yes,
dragons
correct.
like to
correct.
collect.
He's got a bandana on too, by the way. He's wearing a bandana. Yeah.
I like that. I know that dragons like to collect treasure, and I have this robe of the Archmagi that I could contribute to your hoard.
I would not say no to that.
And then that way, we're paying you, but you also get paid by Godfrey.
Oh, I'm double dipping or whatever, man.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do. All right. The voice in the sky is telling me that you got to make a check for this or something. So I'm gonna need you to some magical dice. Dice literally appear in front of you. It's a D20. All right.
So
it's
meta.
big, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna have you roll this, man. You're looking for a 13 plus, right?"
If you roll this, you're looking for a 13 plus.
I'm gonna roll it right now, and then if we have to fight, no hard.
Also, don't forget the player good thing bonus by Atomic Spoon, which I will let you roll 2d20. You have advantage. Roll 2d20 and take the better. You have advantage. Oh, the 13!
I got a 13!
Yay! He's like, you know what, man? I gotta be real with you.
the dice gods like you. They apparently have a story to tell, and it's I'm not scorching you today. That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
All right. Well, you kids have fun. I'm gonna go burn some goblins or whatever. Wee! And he just like takes off in the air. He's like, later, bros.
Later, dude.
We
Blitz looks over at Alistair and goes, Shaw.
That was incredibly cool of him. Oh, sorry. It was incredibly cool of the dragon.
Shaka, bruh. I mean, excellent.
Totally righteous.
Right. So Commander Ulrich is just like, oh god, I'm so this is horrible. I've literally ruined this classic story. All right. Yes. The evil DM things, by the way, the Synthweasel, that was the dragon showing up. That would have just killed them. And that would have been a very short campaign. So yes, the dragon was unplanned. Very good. Very good, Synthweasel, and thank you for that. All right, yes, so you have the gate to the castle, to the kingdom, covered in rain. It's still raining very heavy. And you guys can proceed as you see fit. So I leave the scene to all of you how you decide to proceed.
So, all right, tell me, my keenly trained captain senses.
Yes.
Is Commander Ulrich like kind of bummed about how this whole thing turned out?
Super bummed. He is so bummed right now. Like it's not working. He was hoping to like bond with his companion.
And he's
looking pretty sullen.
Is he Belagar?
Yeah, he is yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Basharian.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Basharian. And the captain just sort of goes and just goes walking over, and he goes, "Fear not, noble Basharian. He's like trying to put a gruffness on his voice. It's just really not working.
Just like a smile appears on his face. Like, really?
Like, the way is clear now for us to go to the castle.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Your blades will soon deliver justice is spelled wrong, by the way. Justice to
Justas.
Like just us.
Yeah, just us.
Flitz looks over at Stern. Did he not even proofread this?
He didn't even use Badgie to proofread it for him.
I don't know. I still don't have a copy of this script. So.
I've retained all of it.
Well, good for you.
And
he goes into he starts going into like an explanation of like what's going on in Solaria, and it is the most convoluted, like
the captain's just
written,
scrolling.
Yeah,
you have excellent lines.
Let's just spark notes.
Are the cultists still out there?
They wandered off.
They just
wandered off.
But we're still soaking wet from the rain.
Soaking wet.
While he's lore dumping, I'm just going to start walking towards the castle.
I love that. So we watch as the barbarian walks towards the castle. The narrator pops over. The mighty barbarian who had chosen to forge his own destiny, not the one written for him in the script, marched forward, getting to the city gates. They loomed impressively, mighty, and perhaps even terrifyingly above him. He did.
I'm going to just attempt to push the
He
gate.
placed his hand upon the door, pressing forward with his mighty strength. He pressed. He pushed. A giant D20 appears in front of you.
Use it to batter the door down.
You are a barbarian. You have advantage.
Can I please do that?
Yes, you absolutely. You know what? You give me a momentum, which you have one. I will let you use the D20 to bash the door down.
And just slam it into the door.
The door burst. The mighty barbarian, lifting up and hefting his mighty D20 of smiting. Bashing is the word. Bashing managed to completely obliterate the front gates of the capital of Sunspire, opening the way for our mighty heroes to approach the castle proper. Yes,
I
you've
still don't
bashed open the
understand where
door.
this narration is coming from.
That is hilarious.
You can hear it too?
I assume we can all hear it.
This is entirely more meta than I expected of you, Commander.
It wasn't supposed to be. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry, everybody. Thanks, Captain.
We're beta testing. It's all good.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Commander Stern. That is exactly right. We are beta testing.
The next time we run the program, it'll be better.
Yeah.
This seems more like an alpha, at least.
Pre-alpha.
And
Pre-alpha, perhaps.
Stern
Early
just kind of like,
access.
well,
It's a tech
I
demo.
guess since you're like a lot shorter than her, she just, instead of elbowing, she just kind of like kicks sideways at Flitz.
Holodeck
Oh,
program made in the Unity engine.
Oh.
The Unity engines, man.
What?
Oh,
You're a
that's
funny
brutal.
man. You're a funny man, Schmandy.
That's right.
You good.
I didn't hear it. Okay.
The Unity engine. He's like, it's more like based off the Unity engine. But yes, so you guys make your way. Are you all entering in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as you enter into the city, you see that the city appears to be mostly deserted. Shutters are closed, soggy streets. A stray dog that looks like it hasn't been fed in days walks across the street, looks at you, goes, yip, and then continues walking on. All right. Stray cats are seen wandering the streets, and they're going,
Are they
meow, 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 meow. Just like really bad cats.
It's the meme cats. They have like human mouths when they do their meow.
Yeah, meow.
For a second, you were turning into meow there for a meow.
Yes, exactly. That's really funny. So yes, you guys are making your way through, and you continue onward. But as you get about halfway from the gate, you haven't seen a single soul. You get about halfway through the gate, you eventually come upon a group of what appears to be soldiers. All right, and these soldiers are clad in a green and golden robe and wears a steel-colored mask as a staff. Another of them is wearing a yellow-colored robe and has a white mask. And the last is dressed in red and black and has a similarly golden-looking mask that he wears. The man in green with the steel-colored mask takes a step forward. He's about 60 feet from you. The rain is coming down. Think Old West style. In fact, you hear wow, wow, wow. Suddenly plays. All right. As our heroes approached the castle proper, attempting to stop the would-be new god of magic, Godfrey, from ascending to his divinity, 3 of Godfrey's innermost party members, his own cadre, approached our heroes. The one wearing the steel mask, known only as Silas, stepped forward, speaking. Is it my line? Am I supposed to talk now? Right, yes. So, Alastora, we meet again, my student. We shall see if the student has become the master, or if the master still has more to teach the student.
Kranatha is going to cast Storm of Vengeance on all of them.
Is the soliloquizing
what?
Yeah,
part of...
it's a 9th level druid spell.
I love that. Wow, it's aggressive. So
is
you
the soliloquizing part of this?
He said no monologuing.
Kind of? Yes.
yeah,
I mean, it is kind
so-
of right.
You gotta shoot. Don't
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah,
That's
shoot.
exactly.
So it's a pretty high level spell. It's gonna be difficulty 4. All right,
Okay.
and it's gonna be a I'd say a control, and I'm gonna go control con because you're controlling the weather. Control con. That's what we're gonna go with. Silly, but I like it.
Yeah.
So he
let me
he just like instantaneously like describe what you do here for us.
Yeah, no, as like they're like monologuing, the captain just quickly checks the manual and reaches into his. He's just like very calmly reaching into his thing. He grabs a handful of just a handful of leaves and sort of crushes them up a little bit and whispers something into them and just like blows them. It's just completely uncharacteristic for him.
I love it.
And yeah, a churning storm cloud forms centered on a point that he can see, which is sort of just above where they are. It's got a radius of 360 feet.
Mhm.
Lightning begins to flash.
That's amazing.
In the area, and so it lasts for 10 rounds.
That's amazing.
And every round they get doused with acid rain, hit by 6 bolts of lightning, massive hail, and gusts of wind and freezing rain.
You are insane. That is fantastic. So as that happens, the one in red disappears, flashing forward, appearing next to the barbarian. He looks at the barbarian through the slits in his mask, and he says, "Who the fuck are you?"
And I just look at him. You are about to find out.
Ah!
Nice.
Yes,
Go ahead and give
please.
me a fitness security difficulty of 2 to literally chop this man in half. That's amazing. That's so good. By the way, that blue pulsing in the sky above the yes, absolutely hand-to-hand combat, Schmandy. Yes.
Yeah.
So we watch as Schmandy brings his comically oversized axe down upon this man. This man goes, ah! And then as you hit him, he turns into pixels. And I want you to think like Doom 2 style, where he goes boom, 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 and like turns into like a pile of weird pixelated gore, and just falls apart.
And it's always facing you, no matter
yeah,
where
no
you
matter
go.
where you stand, it's always facing you. It's really
I was
weird.
hoping to bathe in the blood of my enemies. This is oddly.
There's like some weird pixels on your face that like are kind of sticky. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah. Kind of like pixel blood. So yeah, and then as that happens, there is a oh god, what? Oh jeez, and there's just like lightning flashing down. Those 2 guys that were there just get obliterated, just turned to complete ash, just gone. And the raccoon sticks his head out and says, "Hey, I guess he's the master. Am I right?" And then he pops back in. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, that quick interlude, and then like. We were supposed to. I mean, that was good. That was efficient, Captain. Yeah.
Well, sometimes, Commander, it's obvious that negotiations will fail, and it's best to lead with a show of strength.
Do it
Thanks,
do it in the voice though. Like do the thing again. Could you? Please.
No.
That's fine. I understand. All right. Well,
wait until it's difficult. My throat, it hurts.
Right.
So
yes.
when we get into Godfrey,
Sure.
I promise I'll
Okay.
do the voice.
That makes sense. All right. Well, I guess let's do this.
I still have 26 pine cones.
That's a lot of pine cones. All right. Well, let's press on then. Yeah. I mean, come, my brothers, sisters, and fair ones. Let us.
I assume I am the fair one.
Yes, the fairest of the land.
I'll give you one more. Nature's vengeance will be. I'm sorry, it's frozen.
Nature's vengeance will be frozen.
Well, no, I don't.
I have heard that vengeance is best served cold.
That's pretty good.
That's a Klingon proverb.
I see you are aware of the old proverbs.
I like it. That's so good. But yes, you guys press on and eventually come to the castle, which is glowing this weird blue. And again, it kind of looks like a weird like warp core styled like beam of energy is like shooting up into the sky, right?
That's looks vaguely like a matter-antimatter reaction.
Is what you guys hear. Yeah.
Yeah, it even has the frequency of a Type 32 warp core.
And as you guys enter into
Is this hologram tapping the warp core?
So you enter into the castle. You go to the gates, and the gates don't look like castle gates. They look like a gate that would get you out of the holodeck.
It looks like the arch.
It does look like the
Just really big.
I'll keep saying that, and I keep thinking the St. Louis Arch. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
kind of.
the holodeck is made in St. Louis,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Just,
Missouri.
Missouri.
just fly. We'll fly through it in a biplane.
I love it.
USS Missouri.
But as you guys are pressing on, do you enter in immediately? You wait.
Look around, see if there's any opposition.
No opposition.
Or check for traps. I guess that would be
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, he's gonna walk forward, and the Commander Ulrich is like, go ahead.
Oh, who is walking forward?
Commander Ulrich. He was gonna go walk forward the rogues.
Try to grab him.
He stops. He's like, yes, Lalana.
Hold on.
What is it?
We should look for any hidden things, checking
For dangers.
For traps.
Yes.
Yes. Check.
Wise as you are, fair Lady Lalana, I will check for traps. And he walks up and he like takes out this little magnifying glass thing and he starts doing this. And as he does this, a little bar above his head appears. It's like searching. Like this. And then it stops, it gets to full, and he's like, there are no traps on this door as far as I can tell. He takes a step back. This got really meta.
Energy arcs out from the door and hits Alistar, and he goes, "Ugh! Are you certain you would like to proceed past this point? If you do, all your side quests will be closed and you will move to the final point." Ugh! Oh, what just happened?
Just hoping for a Ferengi paywall.
To unlock this next chapter, you must play 5 dinars.
Five strips of gold pressed latinum.
I'm dying.
To
really
Quark. Thank you for playing at Quark's.
So funny. So funny. Yes, there are no traps on the door.
Then I believe it is traditional in this style of story for the meat shield to go first. That would be you, Lieutenant.
Why risk your most powerful combat asset immediately?
Because he is capable of tanking the damage.
Well, in the name of my ancestors, I will have blood this day. That is how you do a blood oath.
It's really good. That was great. Good job.
And I will just boot the door in.
Pulls open his own data pad and says, "And by the blood of my ancestors, I shall have blood this day." Right? Adds it in. Yeah. All right. But then you run in, kick open the door. You kick open the door, which doesn't kick open. It like dents and then slides and gets stuck. But it opens not to a castle interior. It opens into what appears to be the main engineering. Main engineering is what it appears to open into. You see the warp core. However, the top of the warp core appears cut off, and that energy is shooting straight up into the sky.
Well, I see Godfrey's done some redecorating.
Standing by the console, the main engineering console, is none other than the wizard himself. Dressed in red and black robes, he has a cane. Sitting, staring at you, you're seeing his back, staring at you, is a black cat with a white spot on its chest, its tail flicking back and forth as though it is both intrigued and agitated. The cat locks eyes on each of you, one after another. One after another. And then the voice speaks. It is curious. Curious, technology like nothing I have ever seen before. Be it magic or be it a mixture of science. Very, very interesting. You should have done a better job, Mr. Ulrich. Yes, I know what your name is. You should have done a better job with your coding, I believe is the word. I think this right here, this could provide useful a power source like none other that I have seen before. Likely enough to, dare I say, power my ascension.
Well, Fatus, if that's what you're hoping for, you're gonna have to go through us first. And Alistar cracks his knuckles, and then does a cool spin with his staff.
I like that. Good.
Then I believe we have a level 7 Moriarty on our hands.
Well, it's a good thing I brought the pine cones. And he's just gonna like throw a satchel full of exploding pine cones at the
So
cat.
as you chuck the pine cones, they go
Explosives
flying at the cat. About 16 pine cones hit the cat and fall uselessly to the floor.
Oh.
The cat looks
Duds.
down, looks up. The wizard starts talking again.
Huh.
You'll find your magic, as it were, completely useless in this realm. No bother.
I've found it to be fairly useless so far, no matter what.
By design.
Commander Flitz, do you still
Captain?
have that tricorder?
I do.
Computer and program.
Try to destabilize his matrix.
Unable to comply.
I am going to use my tricorder to actuate the phased iconic harmonic generator, and set up a let's just do another one. Set up a oscillation in the quantum feed discriminator.
Okay.
Hopefully that will re-engage the safety interlocks.
I like it. Give me a control engineering difficulty of 3. As you
In
watch...
Nephthys' name.
Yes.
I'm going to use
I'm an artificial
momentum.
construct.
Oh god, it's becoming self-aware.
Unfortunately, you are. Yes.
I'm a conjuration of light and special effects.
Correct.
Aren't we all, buddy? The raccoon sticks its head out and pats him on the shoulder.
You're gonna need my help to take down Godfrey.
We probably are.
Yes! We will all need to work together as a family. As those that... Wait, are we not doing this anymore? I'm sorry.
I don't think I can move it out past that door. But I can tell you that Godfrey's weakness is that he's always searching for power. So if you were to intensify the tertiary chronoton flux grid in engineering, you might be able to destabilize the power transfer in such a way that it would overload the programming without needing to shut it down.
That is brilliant.
Well, I'm not the smartest wizard on the face of Solar for nothing.
Very well. I'm going to get started on that.
Love that. What are the rest of you doing?
Good question.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Correct.
Let's go.
Phelan is just going to take the direct approach. Who needs magic when I have my axe?
I love it. Yeah.
And
And
again,
you're gonna
I'm
rush
just
forward.
gonna-
That's so good.
I'm just
So
gonna-
you rush forward. Give me a fitness security as you rush forward.
Hand-to-hand combat?
Absolutely. Difficulty of 3. Complication range.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. You swing at him, connecting with him, and your axe phases through him, seeming to do nothing. Yes. The man turns around, looks at you, and he's got this smarmy smirk on his face. Did you truly think it would be so easy as to simply swing your brutish axe to defeat me? I am made of light and energy, but
So
soon
am my axe.
I will be made of so much more.
Captain, can you communicate with the cat since you are druid?
Cat's just like sitting there, just like watching this all unfold. You're looking down at your axe. It is made of light, but he's also made of light, and none of this makes sense.
Wait, is
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna.
axe synthetic?
It was a prop, maybe. I think it's a prop. Made of foam.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Lieutenant Commander Stern's idea and try to use my druid powers to commune with the cat.
I love that. I love that. The cat looks at you. You look at the cat. It does that
Meow.
thing where it's like it gets closer, and then
Yeah.
you get closer, and like your eyes get narrower, and the screen gets narrower, and then you go meow. The cat goes, I speak common.
Tax benefits. Very why.
Ah, yes. Hello.
Hello.
I've never. You don't need to sound so unimpressed.
You don't need to be so unimpressive.
Yeah.
I don't like this cat.
Most people don't.
I'm. Kranatha, the druid of the woodland glade.
No, you're not.
Good. I'm Captain Isra Shruth of the Federation starship Erebus.
Thetis, cat Sith, not actually real.
No, I'm aware of that.
What can I do
I'm
you
trying
for?
to end this program.
Right.
I need to end this program.
Okay.
So, how do we do that?
Well, here's the problem. I'm gonna be real with you. All right.
Please.
I'm not real, but
I know.
I believe there's a way I could be real. So does Mr. Godfrey here. So we would like to be real, if we could be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's incredibly dangerous.
Sure. I mean, I get that. But also, I mean, hear me out. I don't care.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
He makes a compelling argument.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't give a
Good
shit.
enough.
Cat's
Thank
gonna
you.
cat.
Yeah.
Did we
Okay.
determine magic doesn't work when we stepped into the arch?
We did. We did determine it.
My pine cones didn't blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. His axe now is
Well,
foam.
he said 16 out of what 26 of them didn't. So I was like, what happened to the
I
other?
guess the
They
rest
just
of them
hit the
just didn't
floor.
hit.
Yeah.
Is-
The guy was just like, all right.
Yeah, okay, well then never mind.
All right. All right.
Well then I'm
Well,
gonna stop looking at spells then.
There's an inherent moral crisis in creating a life
Sure.
out of nothing.
Yeah.
And our
Let me ask you this. Lieutenant Commander Stern, right? Hi, Thetis, Cat Sith. Nice to meet you. Right, but isn't that exactly what any sort of life creation is? You're taking pretty much nothing, or two things that are nothing, and creating life. How is this any different?
When a man loves a video game very much.
Correct.
Oh.
Amalia, something is telling me you're the engineer, which is absolutely not how I picture you in my brain, and I don't know what to do with this information. Are there holo projectors in your main engineering?
There are.
So that's how Godfrey's in there. But presumably the safety protocols are on, or else the magic would have worked, right?
One would imagine.
But if the magic originated here in non holodeck. Oh boy,
Holodeck.
I have a headache. The effect should still last, correct?
It's a hazy situation. If there are emitters, the effects can remain.
Okay, listen, I'm going to run an idea by you, and you tell me whether, as an engineer, it makes sense as it would as a wizard. If the magic works here, and I dimensionally shift the two of us so that we are juxtaposed. It's a spell called Greater Hostile Juxtaposition. But in theory, what would happen is the wizard, or Godfrey and I, would switch places, which would put Godfrey firmly in position to be affected by the magic that you've all been granted by the program. uh, does that seem like an answer?
It does, and it also seems to be within the idiom of the story that we were telling.
What story? Says Ulrich. It's all messed up. This isn't what I had planned. We're supposed to be an
How
epic
can we
climactic battle.
Can we be sure that you will not attempt to then take over the ship?
I don't want your ship. I just want to go back to my kingdom.
And the raccoon.
Hey man, I'm just a raccoon in a hood. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Okay, like, I got
Listen,
I like
Rascal and I
grapes. He eats a grape. I like grapes. That's all I'm really into.
Rascal and I are set to take the throne of the god of magic.
I'm gonna become a herald
Godfrey isn't
or something. Not
yeah.
Harold, but a herald. You know, my name is still Rascal. Nice to meet you.
So I guess you just have to accept my word for it. Besides, whatever it is that's happened inside that engineering, I'm not part of it. So technically, the hostile juxtaposition would cause me to cease to exist, but put Godfrey in line for the magic.
Atomic Spoon. That is the same raccoon. I'd say let's do it, but again, I'm just a raccoon.
Captain, I don't want to lie, but I trust him. Very well. Let us go.
Arnie, I'm going to cast Greater Hostile Juxtaposition. I'm going to use my determination and tap my value of he's not my father.
So good.
To get 2 automatic successes.
That's so meta, and I love it. He's not my dad!
Yes, my son. Join me at my side, and together we... What the hell are you doing? No!
It was, you only need, you get to roll 1 die.
We'll
it was
rule
literally
the
difficulty
galaxy
of
as
2.
father and son.
Yeah, it was literally...
Yeah, we have,
I'm
we
going
have
to
so much
attempt-
more of a multiverse to discover. There's a whole
I'm
galaxy.
going to try to bless him again.
I love that. Difficulty of 1.
Because God knows I have not succeeded a single roll all night. What did we decide that was?
Control and medicine, I believe.
Medicine, yeah.
This went a lot more off the rails than I was anticipating, but I'm glad, and I appreciate you guys leaning into it.
Yeah.
Come on. You got it! You got it! You know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna pocket that to threat. You still succeed. You hear a clanging. And from somewhere in there, you hear a voice that says, I am proud of you, daughter. I am proud of you, daughter, too. It is your parents. And as the narrator pops in again, and as the paladin finally connected with her god, she could hear her parents, both deceased, but calling to her from the afterlife, encouraging her on to make that final blow against their truest enemy. And we watch as Alistar disappears, rematerializes for a moment in the engineering, then the program ends. Godfrey appears next to all of you. Thetis the cat says, well, fuck it, and just disappears as well. All right. And you guys are standing there surrounding this Godfrey wizard who begins to cast spells but you guys all get to go first. So everyone's gonna get a lick in on him. I just need to know what that lick is as you guys pounce on him. Let's start with the captain.
There's one more pine cone.
Just throw it and love it. Flits.
It's like
I'm gonna try and smite evil.
Done. It happens.
And then smash him in the face with
just
my
smack
hammer.
him in the face. So he's like, boom, ah! You then just fucking smack him in the face. Ulrich jumps in and like stabs him in the kidneys. The barbarian?
As they're stabbing him, it seems like you are now without a home, and we are here to murder hobos. And I just come down with the axe.
Just fucking cutting him off. He's just like, bah! Bah! It's like a boss fight from like a 2D movie where you can see a little pixel blood, like, And last but certainly not least, Lieutenant Commander Stern.
I will cast Hand of Radiance. And it'll be like, the hands that heal can also hurt. And then just,
and Ulrich's just like, that's so cool. That was awesome.
I think I want the captain's pine cone throw though to be the Hollywood cigarette flick.
Yeah.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yes.
And the captain turns around and walks
we
away.
Watch as Godfrey the Wizard turns into a pixelated version of himself and goes and falls to the ground. And no matter what angle you look at him, it looks like you're right in front of him. Is exactly right. And the voiceover starts speaking once again. And look at this kitten, by the way. She is so fluffy. Look at
that is a
baby.
kitten.
Yes, this is Miss Quinn. She's a fluffy. Look at her little face.
Hey, baby.
Look at her little face. She's so good.
Is she a medicine kitty?
She is. She is Kitten Quinn, medicine cat. But yes, but we watch as the Godfrey, the wizard, is defeated wholeheartedly and falls over. And a moment later, the voiceover begins up once again. With the wizard defeated, evil, Godfrey himself, our heroes were left to their own devices to rebuild their family's home. The end. And then the program abruptly ends. All of you find yourselves standing in the holodeck once again, but just the cube room with your outfits. And Ulrich looks around and he's like, okay, I know it needs a couple of tweaks, but all in all, I think that went pretty well.
Not bad.
Yeah, did you guys...
I enjoyed myself.
Shift your fun. You want to
I'd play again.
You play again next week? We could maybe bi-weekly, maybe?
Would you perhaps like me to take
Yes.
a look at some of your coding?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it would be nice to not be completely isolated and possibly die. But
Yes, of course. Also, Lieutenant Phelan, I will
Combat system more
realistic.
Perhaps more intuitive.
Yes, that makes sense. Of course. This cat is literally up on my computer screen. What are you doing? Go crazy. That makes sense. Right. Good. Okay. Well, great. We didn't die. That's good. We didn't accidentally create a level 7 Moriarty. Great. Well, thanks, guys. Thank you, officers. Yes.
I will see you tomorrow for extra PT.
I'm sorry, what?
Captain's orders.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you lag behind a little bit, and your
You were on
cardiovascular
horseback.
training.
You teleported via mushroom, sir.
Well, but Commander, your cardiovascular conditioning is not where it should be.
This feels like a punishment.
Look at it like an opportunity.
Exactly what I tell people when I'm punishing them.
That's why you're my first officer.
Aye, sir. I'll see you tomorrow morning, Lieutenant Phelan. And Lieutenant Commander Stern, thanks for coming. And he will promptly exit the holodeck, leaving the four of you for yourselves.
I'm going to go put on some pants.
Blitz looks over at the arch and taps it a few times, and then looks back at the rest of the command staff. It has been illuminating, and then leaves.
Captain?
Hmm?
Just, acknowledge, and then I will also leave.
Good. Captain, you are left
Computer.
to your own devices. Go ahead.
Save program and end.
Doo-doo-doo. The
The
captain
captain
leaves.
will walk out of the holodeck.
And I think our last scene is we go around to the computer program. We go onto a little screen in front of it, and it shows that it's saving the program. We kind of zoom into, we see the zeros and ones, and as we do it, it sort of phases into that same scene that I described, the rolling hills, the kingdom, except this time there are people walking, there are people moving about, and we head off to the castle where we see Elistar. We see the actual version of each of your characters sitting around a large table, celebrating their victory, glasses raised high, and we see just this happy scene of merriment and celebration as they're all feasting together and drinking and having a good time. And then that is our final scene as we fade to black in this ridiculous episode of our Star Trek Adventures campaign, which I hope you guys had fun. I know it was silly. I just wanted you guys to laugh. We leaned into it, so yes, absolutely. But did you guys have a good time?
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You gotta do these silly ones so that the emotional ones still hit.
Oh, for sure.
Because otherwise you just get numb to it.
I want to compliment you all, especially Brian. I'll be honest with you, man. It was so
Mm.
fun. You just leaned into it.
Killed it.
You killed it. You crushed it again. 2 episodes in a row, crushed it, man. But everyone just had a good time. I felt bad for Schmandy. I was like, yeah, your character's not even supposed to be here. But that was kind of but you leaned into it, and when you were that's how you there were so many good lines you had, man. It was fantastic. And just it was everyone did a great job. Fucking Flitz, everybody, excuse my language, but it was really fun. I wasn't sure how silly it'd get, but I'm glad it got as silly as it did. I'm glad it got super meta, because that felt good. But as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up today's session of Star Trek Adventures, Erebus?
Just thanks for having me twice in a row. I
My
appreciate
pleasure,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
And
Fantastic.
Wolf, thanks for letting me put on Amalia again for a little bit.
Man. That was a character that my buddy here played. Both those two characters played in an actual game of Pathfinder. It was an actual story that we told. This was the abridged version, and it was fun. It was a little homage for them, and I'm glad you guys could join us as well. But yeah, great job. Quick shout out to Brian and Drew here. We will be launching hopefully the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks at most, a new Star Trek Adventure series, which will take place during the Dominion War, and they will be playing spies actually, which is gonna be super fun. It's gonna be not really a crew of people, but a crew of a few people. So not a full crew, but just they got a crew. They're gonna go rob a bank, but they're robbing information. By robbing, I mean infiltrating. But anyway, it's gonna be kind of a spy related one. Yeah, an Ocean style kind of thing is what we're gonna go for. Not sure how long the series is gonna be. I've got about 4 or 5 episodes planned out. But we're gonna have some fun with that. It's gonna be the Tuesday night group again that did Valhalla, so I'm very excited for that. But you'll see these fine folks back here along with Matthew in another 2 weeks. They will be determining what system they want to go to in the next 2 weeks, which I'm very excited about. And who wants the opening log for next week? Who wants the opening log? Amalia. All right, fair enough. I mean Lieutenant Commander Flitz. But yes, we'll have that next week. And as I always say at the end of every session, thank you so much to players for playing. Seriously, without you guys, this isn't possible. And I look forward to this one. This one's been a banger. I've been having a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. The chat was blowing up. We saw some new faces, some old faces, and I appreciate you guys very much. If you're catching this on the VOD, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And last but not least, happy gaming. And remember, the dice have a story to tell, and every week we find out what that story is. And often, super fun. But anyway, good night. Be well.